Well, Kawhi Leonard finally made his decision and he decided to come home and play for the Los Angeles Clippers. You're watching Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. I'm Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, obviously, Kawhi Leonard's decision to go and join the Clippers instead of the Los Angeles Lakers is something that really sent the entire NBA world in a complete frenzy. Laker fans are freaking out. They have a lot to say, a lot of questions. So I asked you guys to send me in some of your questions on Twitter. You sent me so many, so let's just get right into these questions so I can answer as many as possible. Okay, so this first question we have is from at Garden Bartholo 4. He said, what do you think about the trade with Paul George and Kawhi going to the Clippers? Will Westbrook get traded, and to who? So that was the most shocking thing about this entire situation for me. Not necessarily Kawhi going to the Clippers. It had been, rumored and reported that that was his, preferred destination from the very beginning. Obviously, as the week of free agency went on, a lot of reports and insiders were saying that he had ruled the Clippers out. It was just between the Lakers and the Toronto Raptors, but I never really believed it because I thought that was the case, and then why did the Clippers go out and start pursuing some other free agents that were still on the market? So I didn't really believe that, but what was shocking to me was the fact that OKC was willing to trade Paul George to the Clippers. Obviously, they received a lot in exchange for him, but still, I was not expecting that at all. So that was definitely the most shocking thing about this entire situation. Now, in terms of Westbrook being traded, I do think he is going to be traded. There have been reports saying that he has already talked to the OKC Thunder and asked for a trade, and you know what? I think he deserves that. I feel really bad for Westbrook. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he plays with so much passion. He just really gives it his all every single time he's on the court. And not only that, but he is a guy who has been so loyal to the OKC Thunder franchise. And nowadays in the NBA, guys are kind of just hopping from team to team. They're ring chasing, which is fine. Do whatever you want in your career. But I have a lot of respect for Westbrook remaining loyal to OKC, especially after Kevin Durant left. But you know what? I think maybe now is the time for him to be able to move on to another team that hopefully is able to be a little bit more competitive, give him a little bit of help that he needs. Now, I don't necessarily know what team he is going to be traded to. If he is traded, I know there have been reports that Minnesota is interested. I know also maybe the Knicks may be in the mix there. Obviously, they missed out on getting a big free agent this summer, so maybe they would be interested in trying to get him. I don't know if they would have enough to trade for him, but I know that there are a lot of teams that would definitely be interested in a guy like Russell Westbrook. This next question is from at Will047300053, and he asks, did the Lakers actually get lucky by having Kawhi string them along and not overpay for some of these guys that went early in free agency? Now that we have Boogie or Bradley, now that we have Boogie, Morris or Bradley would be nice. You know what? Honestly, I think that us Laker fans got a little bit too carried away because in the very beginning, I never expected Kawhi Leonard to come to the Lakers. I didn't even really think he was going to leave Toronto, but I did not expect him to come to the Lakers. But I think we all got really excited as the reports, started coming in that the Lakers were 99% going to get him, and that, the Lakers were a big top, destination for him. And when everything kind of started to play out, I think we got a little too carried away and we started relying on it. But at the end of the day, we have executed our plan B perfectly, and we have filled out our roster with a lot of really talented role players. We have Danny Green, again, like you just said. We got Boogie Cousins for a steal. We have to remember too that Boogie is a guy who 2 years ago was an all-star. He's an amazing player. Obviously, he suffered from injury, that Achilles injury. He was bouncing back from that last season where he still played pretty well. Then he had a quad injury, but if he can remain healthy, man, I kind of feel like we got our third star in Boogie Cousins in general. So we have a lot of talented guys. I think that we have all of the guys that we wanted to and that we were interested in, regardless whether or not we were able to sign a star. So I think at the end of the day, you guys, our team is going to be really good, and I'm really excited and really happy with the guys that we have put together and the guys that we've been able to get. So I don't really think that, Kawhi Leonard at the end of the day made us miss out on that many, guys that we would have been interested in. I don't really think maybe we were even interested in Kyrie Irving or Jimmy Butler at the end of the day, and I don't necessarily even know those guys would have been the best for our team moving forward anyway. So I think we got what we needed. We have a very talented team moving forward, and I'm very excited about it. But I'm curious, do you guys think that the Lakers are actually better off without Kawhi Leonard? If you do, type Y for yes. If you don't, type N down below. But let's move on to some more of these questions. This next one is from @KidCavallo24. He asked, why are people acting like we missed out on adding a second star? Clippers did what they were supposed to do, and so did we. They gave up more assets for a lesser player as well. So yeah, so I just, like I mentioned, I think that we just got a little bit carried away. I think we got really excited about the fact that a lot of the, big insiders and reporters were saying that Kawhi was coming to the Lakers. We got excited about that possible big three. But at the end of the day, if we had gotten Kawhi, there were still a lot of concerns at how we were going to be able to fill out the rest of the roster. So now we have so much depth on our roster. We got, like I said, I think a third star potentially in signing Boogie Cousins for practically nothing. So I'm really happy with our roster. I'm not concerned at all. And I think we're going to be an amazing team this season. And I think we are still going to be very, very in contention for possibly winning the 2020 NBA championship. Next question by @RichObama Jr. He asked, which move do you like the most? Which move do you like the least? What move were you the most surprised by? So in terms of the move, wow, that's hard. The move that I like the most, I think it is between Danny Green and Boogie Cousins, because Danny Green was a guy that I really wanted the Lakers to get, you guys. He is a perfect 3-and-D guy, the exact type of player that the Lakers have not been able to have for a long time, and the exact player that we really need that would be a perfect complement to LeBron James. So I am thrilled to have Danny Green, but at the end of the day, we were able to get DeMarcus Cousins, a guy who 2 or 3 years ago was expected to get a max contract, and obviously, things have not turned out in his favor, but like I've been saying, if he can remain healthy, I really feel like we got our third star, and we got him for nothing. We literally paid him like $3.5 million for 1 year. So it's between Danny Green and DeMarcus Cousins for me in terms of who was I most excited by. And then, which move do you like the least? I don't mean anything bad, but I'm not like the biggest KCP fan, so I wasn't too thrilled about bringing KCP back for the next 2 years. But at the end of the day, I think coming off the bench, maybe if he can play like he did, not this past season, but the season before, then it's fine. But I'm just not the biggest KCP fan, so that's probably my least favorite. And then, what were you most surprised by? I was just most surprised by, honestly, I think if we're just talking about the whole thing, was Paul George being traded to the Clippers. That was really shocking, came out of nowhere, and I was definitely not expecting it. Now, before we move on to some more of your questions, we have a lot more here. I want to take a quick second to remind you all to subscribe to Chat Sports down below, and to also subscribe to the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel as well. You guys, this is going to be an unbelievable Lakers season. I am so excited for it, and I want to make sure that you do not miss a single second of it. So make sure you are subscribed down below to Chat Sports here on YouTube and the new Lakers Chat Sports YouTube channel as well. Let's get into some more of these questions though. This next one is from @MammothCrest. He asked, what's your screen time been the last 2 weeks? Way too much, you guys. Like literally my eyes hurt, my head hurts. I'm actually gonna do not looking at my phone for the rest of the day. Today is Sunday when I'm recording this, and I'm gonna have a nice Sunday fun day completely phone free after recording this Q&A. Next question is from @DJJuiceRock. He said, LOL, why did Kawhi join our JV team? You know what, guys? I think a lot of people see the banners in Staples Center. They see, the historic franchise, all of the Hall of Fame players who have played for us, and some people are inspired and some people are intimidated. And maybe at the end of the day, Kawhi just didn't want to have to live up to that, and maybe he was nervous to come play for it. Maybe he just wanted to in his mind. Kawhi's kind of an interesting guy, definitely rolls to the beat of his own drum. Maybe he wanted to in his mind be a Clipper, beat the Lakers, beat LeBron, be better than it. Who knows what he was thinking, but at the end of the day, I personally cannot imagine wanting to go and play for the Clippers over the Lakers, but that's just me. Kawhi's an interesting guy. He definitely rolls to the beat of his own drum. Next question Laker Tech. Who should start at the 5, JaVale or Boogie? So this is an interesting question. I got a lot of questions kind of asking about this. So I don't know. I can see both sides. I can see where you can say, I would think Boogie. But at the end of the day, maybe Boogie's better coming off the bench because then he can have more opportunities to score. Obviously, LeBron and Anthony Davis are probably going to dominate the ball in that starting unit. So maybe it's better for Boogie if he's coming off the bench. And maybe JaVale would be a better starter because he's more of a guy who's just, spot up against the rim. He's not going to really demand the ball, have the ball in his hands that much. But at the end of the day, I think Boogie's a more talented player than JaVale McGee, so then maybe he can start that way. I don't necessarily know. There's so many different ways that this starting lineup can go, and I know we're going to address this in a little bit because a lot of you guys wanted to know about this starting lineup, but I am not necessarily sure because I could definitely argue for both sides, for JaVale starting or for DeMarcus Cousins starting, but I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you think that JaVale should start or Boogie Cousins should start? If you think JaVale, type J down below, and if you think Boogie, type B down below. Now, I also want to take a quick second here to talk to you guys about a really exciting giveaway that I've been doing the last couple of weeks, and that is giving away free jerseys. It can be a jersey from any player, from any team. One of our sponsors here is letting me give away as many jerseys as I want, and it is so easy to get one. So message me on Twitter at Hannah_Kulik and on Instagram at Hannah Rose Kulik and find out how you can get a jersey, because like I said, I've been giving away so many jerseys and I'm really excited to do so, and I would like to make sure that you guys are decked in all of your favorite sports gear for this upcoming season. So message me on Twitter and or Instagram to find out how you can also win one of these jerseys. Okay, these next few questions, a lot of people wanted to know what the starting lineup should be. So this particular one is from at Lakers Optimist. He asked, what's your starting lineup for this roster? Now, I think I'm going to be doing an entire separate video just talking about this because there are so many different ways that this starting lineup could go. It's all going to depend on, obviously we have LeBron James and Anthony Davis are 100% going to be the starters. I also think Danny Green is most likely going to be a starter as well, but whether or not, Rondo starts or Alex Caruso starts, it's just going to depend on whether or not LeBron James is going to be the point guard for that starting lineup. If Kyle Kuzma is going to start or if he is coming off the bench is still yet to be seen. Again, we already had the conversations of JaVale or Boogie starting, so there are so many different opportunities, so many different options for the Lakers starting five, so that's going to be in an entirely different separate video, but I will say that for sure LeBron and Anthony Davis will be starting, and then most likely Danny Green as well. Now this next question is from at Angels_win. He asks, is everyone seriously sleeping on Kyle Kuzma? What kind of season do you think he is going to have? Did we already have our third star all along and we didn't just realize it? Now, okay guys, you guys know I'm a huge Kyle Kuzma fan. I've always been really high on Kyle Kuzma since, the draft combine a couple of years ago. And yes, I do really think that he has the potential this season to have a breakout season. Obviously, he's already extremely exceeded everyone's expectations throughout his entire career. He knows that this third season is really a huge season for him, and he really does have the option of being the Lakers' third option behind LeBron and AD. So this is a huge opportunity for him. I know he knows that. I know he's working extremely hard. So whether or not he is going to be the Lakers' third star, we're just going to have to wait and see. But I am definitely expecting Kyle Kuzma to have a really big season. Obviously, the Lakers have a lot of faith and a lot of trust in him, as they were pretty much willing to almost lose Anthony Davis in order to keep him. So I think that they know he has a lot of potential. I know he has a lot of potential, and I know a lot of Laker fans know he has a lot of potential, and we're just gonna have to wait and see this season how it plays out, but definitely expecting Kuz to have a big third season for the Lakers. At Coyote Vet asks, are Lakers still weak defensively, especially now that the Clippers have 3 top defenders? I don't think that the Lakers are weak defensively at all. Danny Green is an amazing defender. He's a really tenacious defender. He is known for his, lockdown defense. And Anthony Davis also is arguably one of the best, if not the best, defenders in the league. So I think that the Lakers have dramatically improved defensively. Now, obviously, we are still going to need to see every one of our players step up. I actually think we are much improved defensively with the additions of Danny Green and, of course, Anthony Davis. You guys, Anthony Davis is a beast defensively. He's truly an unbelievable player. The Lakers have not had a player like Anthony Davis in so long, so I'm really excited to see it play out. But Lakers are definitely not going to be weak defensively this year, which is going to be really nice to see, because I swear if I have one more season with guys just getting to the rim with uncontested layups, I was going to literally lose my mind. So I definitely don't think that's going to happen this season now that we have Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins and JaVale McGee there to block any shot that comes. So Lakers are going to be pretty good defensively in my opinion. At Louis R12, he asks, how do you see this team transforming post LeBron? Well, obviously we have Anthony Davis, who is only 26 years old. He's just going to be entering his prime, so we're going to have him hopefully for the rest of his career, and hopefully it's a successful run with AD as a Laker. I think the Lakers' plans, which seem pretty obvious as they've signed all of these players to these 2-year deals, is to go after Giannis in 2021 when he's a free agent. So I think the plan there, pretty obviously, is going to be to pair Anthony Davis with Giannis. Hopefully Kuz, transforms into this star that we are expecting and hoping for him to be. We're just gonna have to wait and see for that. But I definitely do think that we are in a very good spot for the Lakers' future, which is exciting because we have been, in a rebuilding phase for a very long time, and now we are finally in this kind of win now phase. And I think we're going to be in this win now phase even, post LeBron, especially now that we have Anthony Davis and he is still so young. He is just entering his prime. I think the Lakers are going to be really great. We're in a great spot, especially for that post LeBron James era. Okay, I'm going to answer a few more questions here for part 1, and then I will make a part 2 answering the rest of the questions because there are so many more and I don't want this video to be too long. Let's talk about some of these final questions for our part 1 of our post Why Kawhi mailbag episode. So this one is from @LeeThanos23, and he asks, how hard do the Clippers get booed during Laker games? Actually, I have a couple of people asking the same question, so they are going to be getting booed pretty darn hard. It's really funny, you guys, because I love how Paul George and Kawhi, people are saying, oh, they're coming home. They're like, yeah, they're coming home to live in Los Angeles, but it's kind of like a big stab in the back to come home and then play for the Clippers and pick the Clippers over the Lakers. So I expect them to get booed heavily. I know that if I'm in the stands and even watching from home, I'm going to be booing for them. I'm definitely not going to be rooting for the Clippers, but I also do think that it is going to be really exciting because we do have this little rivalry here. And I just think it's going to be even more sweet when the Lakers beat the Clippers and when the Clippers go out in the first round in the playoffs like they always do. This last question we have today, though, rounding out part 1 of our Q&A here, we have from @Nader_Nation. He asks, can the Lakers make it to the finals? Absolutely, you guys. I mean, you have to remember that people were picking the Lakers as the favorites to win the next championship next season when we just announced that we traded for Anthony Davis. So nothing has changed there. In fact, I just think we've gotten way better. We have created a roster that is extremely loaded. We have Danny Green, we have DeMarcus Cousins, we have Kyle Kuzma, who's hopefully going to have a breakout season. We have a lot of really talented pieces. Jared Dudley, Troy Daniels is also supposed to be another really big, great shooter. So we are going to be pretty loaded this season. I absolutely think that we can win the NBA championship this season. It's going to be amazing, and I am so excited for the season to watch. But I want to know, do you guys think the Lakers can win the NBA championship next season? Comment down below your opinions on this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Chat Sports here on YouTube and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel as well. Also, don't forget to give this video a double thumbs up if you liked it, and stay tuned for part 2 because there are still a lot more of your questions. We are going to be talking all about these most recent Lakers signings and who else the Lakers could possibly get. So make sure to stay tuned for part 2. But until next time, Laker Hand is out. Bye, guys.